Hello and welcome to Darryl and Company. Today, my guest is John Regan. John is President and CEO of the Associated Industries of Massachusetts. John, thanks for taking the time to talk with me today.
Well, thanks, Darryl. It's a pleasure to be here and look forward to our discussion.
AIM has an extensive network of members across the state. Tell us about the number one concern among your members related to the economy now.
So I'd say it's a little bit of a race between two things. One, and this has been the case for quite a while, is the whole issue of workforce, the availability of workforce, making sure that you're able to hire the talented people that you need to make your organization successful. And that continues to be a struggle as the demographics of Massachusetts change. And as we come to grips with sort of the back end of the pandemic and some of the decisions that were made during that period around early retirement, having certain segments of the population, in particular women who are responsible for caregiving or anybody responsible for caregiving, having to separate themselves to take care of their families. We don't have the level of immigration into Massachusetts that we used to. And quite frankly, people are leaving the state as well. So the demographic trends are not in favor of our members as they try to fill those positions. The second thing, and I had a conversation with somebody this morning that I thought was right on point, it seems like we're talking ourselves into a recession here. And so the concerns around what does the economy look like in 3, 6, 12 months are starting to create a little bit of a sort of concern. And as I'm sure you all know, nervous people don't necessarily like to invest, especially long-term, until they get comfortable again. So I would say those are the top two items on my members' lists right now.
I mean, they're certainly very important aspects. Trying to find people at the bank can be difficult. And I'm sure in the variety of industries that you serve, everybody's having the same sort of struggle there. What are your thoughts on the rising interest rates and how is that affecting your clients?
Yeah, I guess, it's like any other input into the business, be it, supplies, people, facilities. The cost of money becomes a factor. And as that becomes more expensive, and particularly if people are not feeling comfortable that this is a good time to invest, then the price plus the discomfort would probably lead people to defer or delay investments or expansions, additional facilities. I think all of those things become more of a challenge to the extent that the capital that you need to do those things has become that much more expensive.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we see it here, obviously, at the bank. There are transactions that are starting to take shape, and then people are second guessing whether it's a good time to do that or now or not.
Oh, and I apologize for interrupting, but you're starting to see that in the housing market, right? Back 6 months ago, there'd be bidding wars for properties, multiple offers above asking price, no inspection. You can have my puppy. People would put all sorts of things on the table in hopes of winning the house. And now I'm hearing from my real estate friends that that's not the case. In fact, we're seeing price drops now as people start to look at how much it will cost for a mortgage on a monthly basis now that the interest rates are that much higher. And I think that's changing the housing market as well.
Right. So I think the Fed probably is having the effect that they intend to have to slow things down a little bit and get us to a point where inflation isn't going to be ruinous to our economy. So, John, I've been to many AIM events and really enjoyed them. Are there some upcoming events that we should know about that AIM is hosting that members can participate in?
Yeah, so we've actually started to come back into in-person events where hosting on a regular basis events that we call executive forums. Those are designed to introduce the membership to prominent speakers. In the past, we've had Ann Klebanski from MGB. We're having the head of global government affairs come in from DoorDash. We also host events that we refer to as Commonwealth Conversations. Oftentimes, those are conversations with political leaders. We recently had the mayor of the city of Boston as our guest. Very well attended event. A lot of dynamic activity before and after. And one thing that is sort of the hallmark of an AIM event is there is a buzz always in the room. And more often than not, we have to forcibly stop the networking to get the programming to happen. And I know you've been at the Waltham Weston Hotel when we're driving people into the ballroom because they want to stay out and do the networking. So those will continue. We have events scheduled in December and in January, all back in person. And we look forward to that continuing. And the events are open to members and non-members. Obviously, you know, as an institution involved in banking, if you want to bring customers or prospects, or, you know, there's a speaker that interests you, we'd love to have you bring your clients and potential clients as guests to those events.
Brookline Bank enjoys its membership with AIM. How do companies learn more about joining and what the benefits are?
You know, it's interesting. We've been working lately with a couple of our board members who are expert in marketing, along with my own marketing department, to try to come up with a value proposition that we could say to a CEO and have them instantly want more information. And we came up with the one that I like, and I have anecdotes to demonstrate that this is true. You know, AIM is an organization that saves you time and money. And so if you're a CEO, what are the two most precious commodities that you cherish? One is time, probably more than money, and then money's probably a close second. One of my team members had a conversation at one of the recent events that we had, a construction company from the western part of the state. And this individual was the chief operating officer. And he said to one of my people, he said, you know, I did not expect this to be the case, but our company has become a better company as a result of our AIM membership. So whether it's the information that we provide, or the access to decision makers that we provide, or even some of the direct services that we provide, we're in a position to really help companies do what they need to do better, stay in compliance with new rules and regulations and laws, and then just generally be in touch with what's going on in Massachusetts. And I think all of that combined helps us to make our member companies better employers, better, more successful companies. So in terms of, you know, outreach, we're, you know, aimnet.org on the World Wide Web. You know, reach out to anybody on the team. We'll be happy to have those conversations. And I appreciate your membership as well. I should have said that at the top. So thank you for being part of the organization.
Great. No, we do enjoy it. John, thank you for joining me. And thank you all for watching Darryl and Company.